Hi Doc, how are you? This is Dr. Matthew Loop. Thanks for checking out this quick presentation. I'm going to share with you some powerful tips today that will make you be more effective when you use social media to market your practice. I've titled this presentation, 4 Dumb Chiropractic Website Mistakes. Avoid these common costly errors that kill your credibility, believability, and new patient numbers from social media. Now, if you're not familiar with who I am, I'm the CEO and founder of DCIncome.com, which to date is the world's largest social media training company for chiropractors. I'm also known as the highest paid social media revenue strategist in North America. My story is actually kind of interesting because I started out as a chiropractor like you. I love being a chiropractor, but in 2005, a little social network called MySpace started to crop up. I got really good at building my practice using MySpace. And then what came next? Facebook, YouTube, and the list goes on. Well, needless to say, I had a bunch of doctors approach me early on in 2006 and start asking me, hey, how are you building your practice using this, quote, kids network? And so I basically started to share my methods, my secrets, and they were getting the same results. They were bringing more patients through the door. So I got the idea to eventually turn that into an information product that could be downloaded online. Well, what happened is I had so many doctors flood and ask me to teach them how to do this, to grow their practice. I stumbled into consulting. So I still stay in the trenches, but I love social media because it's totally transformed my life and it's transformed thousands of chiropractors to which I've come in contact with. So I wanted to actually share that with you because this presentation will empower you today. What this information will do for you is make you more effective in your social media practice marketing. It will help make you the go-to expert and authority in your local community, and it'll separate you from every other doctor in your town. It'll also get other prospective patients to trust you before they ever set foot in your office. And this is a big barrier / obstacle that we as chiropractors face on a regular basis. Now, let's actually dive into it right now. What is website mistake number 1? That is not having any social signals. More specifically, the Google +1 and Facebook like buttons at the top of your website. There are so many doctors that do not have these important social signals on their website, and I'm not referring to just the social icons like your Facebook, Pinterest, and Twitter either. I'm going to show you a screenshot of exactly what I mean in 1 second. Not having social signals on your website makes you look outdated and out of touch. This is key because that's the last thing that you want to appear. I distinctly recall about 20 years ago when, the yellow pages was the in thing to do, and if you weren't found in the yellow pages, you were looked at as suspect and less trustworthy. Well, the same thing is happening today if you don't have an overwhelming presence on social media, but also if you don't show you're updated on your website. Now, this is an example of what these social share buttons look like. You can see right here the Facebook like and the Google +1 button. This is very easy just to have your webmaster or programmer install on your site, shoot them over a quick email, and they can take care of this for you. There's a couple important reasons why you want to do this. One is for the obvious social proof factor. If somebody comes onto your website and they see over 1,000 people like it, well, they're probably going to think, hey, this doctor is pretty popular. Let me stick around and view his other content, as opposed to not having these signals. They're just going to flake off because you don't appear popular. I have news for you. Whether you like it or not, the web is a big popularity contest, and you absolutely must own and win it if you want to reap the lion's share of patients in your local community. Now, the cool thing that also having this button on your website does, the Google Plus and the like, is that whenever you click this button, it shares on Facebook. So you can see that, hey, Mary Jones likes Dr. John Smith's website on Facebook. So it's an indirect endorsement. Their friends get to see it. The third benefit of having these social share buttons on your website, this Google Plus button here, as well as the Facebook like, is the search engine optimization benefit. This is something that very few seem to be talking about, but believe it or not, Google loves the Google +1 button. It's a shocking surprise, right? I know, but the reality is the more clicks you get here, the higher your website will rank for the keywords that you want. Google is favoring websites that have more social shares versus websites that don't. Keep that in mind, use it to your advantage, and contact your webmaster immediately to get these social share buttons on your website. Now, website mistake number 2 is a big one. This is having no phone number at the top of your darn chiropractic website, or just a tiny phone number that's hardly viewable. Ideally, your phone number should be in the upper center or the right. And here's an example of a chiropractic website that I actually found online. It wasn't too hard to find, that didn't even have the phone number at the top or in the upper right. This is a very bland website, in fact, and the reality is it's hindering patients that are going to call because they can't find the darn phone number. We got to make it very simple and easy for people. Now, this next website that I'm going to show you does that very effectively. You can see right here, right in the center, at the very top, here's the phone number right in your face. It's one of the first things you see as you visit this chiropractic website. So well done. Now, website mistake number 3 is another big one. No credibility boosting photos or media logos on your website at the top. NBC, CBS, CNN, Fox News, or local TV stations and known papers, and pictures with national or local celebrities / public figures. Now, I want to give you an example on my particular website right now. If you went to MatthewLoop.com, MatthewLoop.com, you will see a rotating banner or a rotating picture slideshow with pictures from people not only just in our industry, but famous celebrities like Rob Schneider, Charlie Sheen, David Copperfield, Michael Gerber, and the list goes on. And I do that for a couple reasons, simply because I want to differentiate myself in the marketplace from every other average Joe out there. You can use this same principle for your chiropractic website to get it, to approach local celebrities or find people that are well known. It's totally up to you. You can go the national route or local, but you're going to be the only person in your community that has been featured with them. Now, we're not saying that they endorse our products at all. We just have a picture on the page, so it makes us very unique from every single one else. Very key. And you can also see media logos up here: NBC, Yahoo News, CBS, ABC News, Fox News. Now, if you've been featured on television, that's great. Or if you've been featured online, so let's say you submitted a press release and it was picked up by local network subsidiaries, you could definitely say as featured on these sites. Use that to your advantage. And if you haven't been featured on major media, you need to really do something to get featured, either using a press release like I teach in Social Media Elite, or just go ahead and buy a television slot so you can actually say that. Now, website mistake number 4 is no email capture and ethical bribe on your page. Your email list is your number one asset. I've been stressing this for years. So the goal of social media really is to get people off of social and onto a list that you control. And a lot of chiropractors are struggling right now because of Facebook's updated algorithms decreasing the newsfeed reach. So they've taken a major hit on their distribution because they put all their eggs in the Facebook basket. We got to get people on a list that we control, because then you can send out an email sequence, the 3-day new patient email sequence, like what I've included in Social Media Elite. It's very effective. It creates urgency, scarcity, and it delivers value, letting people know exactly what they get. It's almost like this mafia offer that they would have to be a fool to refuse. Now, a simple newsletter like most chiropractors have on their site gives absolutely no incentive for people to want to join the list. You ideally should have an ethical bribe, and here's exactly what I mean. If you go to MatthewLoop.com, you will actually see in the very upper right of the site, this is on every single page of my site, and I also have separate dedicated pages just to this offer. But you see, grab my free blogging success blueprint, and that's the title, something that my target market wants. Just like you might have a report that says, 5 questions you must ask before choosing a chiropractor, or 5 big mistakes to avoid when choosing a chiropractor. You've got this consumer guide, you're delivering this free report, this valuable information that this prospective patient is seeking, and then you've got bullet points underneath that basically telling the user what's in it for me. Why should they opt in to get this free report? And you can see examples of mine, but discover the number 1 secret to fill in the blank, avoid the biggest mistakes when blank. So you want to make sure that's on your site, and then you've got your name and email capture. I personally use Aweber. They've got a $1 trial that you can access at myproresponse.com. That's MYPRORESPONSE.com. But there are many different types of autoresponders and email management systems that you could use if you choose. But the bottom line is you've got to have an email capture form on your site, because I've got doctors that get an extra 20 to 30 patients per month, unfortunately, that don't have this email capture, so they're missing out on that many more extra. Like I said, once you get this down, you can send an email, with a couple clicks of a mouse and literally bring people in the office if you're strategic about it. So you've got to be building your list, and eventually you can evolve this particular offer, this ethical bribe. You can put it on a separate dedicated page of your site. We call that a landing page. Some call it a squeeze page, and then we can drive targeted pay-per-click traffic there, but we'll get into that in a later discussion. So what's the next step? Make the necessary changes on your chiropractic ASAP. Email your web developer or programmer and get them to do it. This is very simple today. What was described in this presentation is not optional. This is not 1999. We as a profession need to start marketing like it's 2014 and beyond, not 1999. And unfortunately, I still see a lot of doctors clinging to old ways and old methods that used to work, but we need to update and modernize ourselves as communication evolves. Now, if you like this video and you found a lot of value, what I'm going to encourage you to do is click the like button if you're on Facebook, or if you're on YouTube, just click the thumbs up. Share it with other chiropractors who want to experience more practice growth from the internet. And you can also grab my free blogging success blueprint. It's 44 pages chock full of my best strategies on how to create a profitable and authority blog that Google absolutely adores. You're going to learn secrets in there that will rank you #1 on Google to get you more website traffic. And I'll even share with you how I got over 1,800 Facebook likes to one single blog post. So that document is chock full of resources. In fact, it's it's the most popular free download and training we've ever created here at dcincome.com. And you can access it at dcincome.com/go/free gift. Now, if you're looking to master social media, I'd actually like to invite you to check out my flagship training, Social Media Elite. Our top chiropractor clients get over 30 new patients per month just by harnessing Facebook, YouTube, Google, Google+, Local, Twitter, Pinterest, Instagram, etc. It's used by over 7,100 chiropractors. It's very reliable because it works. It has a proven history, and we've updated it ever since. And to learn more about that, you can actually go check it out at dcincome.com/go. We also offer a 6-month money-back guarantee, which is completely unheard of in chiropractic because the program works so well. Very, very few doctors return it, and usually the ones that do, they're just, they really don't have the time. But in my personal opinion, if you cut out an hour of television per day, you've got the time. So it's all about priorities. Social media transformed my life, and it's transformed thousands of chiropractors. There's absolutely no reason why you can't experience prosperity and abundance this year and beyond by harnessing it. Use this presentation as your guide. Be more effective on your website. I wanted to wish you continued success and prosperity. And if you have any questions, definitely feel free to post on this blog post or just send me a quick email. I'm here to serve you. Hopefully you found some value out of this presentation today. This is Dr. Matthew Loop. I'll catch you next time.